Hello guys from the city of Bucharest, or Bucharest as they say in Romanian. And what can I say? I've only been here for a couple hours and I'm really damn impressed already. Absolutely beautiful city so far. Now I'm here in the historical center. This is a very old historic monastery. And I really recommend you check this out. In the inside I didn't want to film so far. Bucharest is really nice. Actually, I wanted to come to Romania for a very long time, just never really got around to it. Now finally I am, and I can say this historical district is just beautiful. What I don't get though is they have everything super nice here, like absolutely nothing to complain at all, and then they have stuff like this. What is this? Why? But you know what, I won't complain too much. This is like a minor detail. And considering it's past what Romania had to go through, didn't have the easiest of paths with the guy called Ceausescu. But we'll check out his stuff of course too, but this is the historical side, and yeah, it just screams European city, and what can I say, I love it. You know, I really liked America, but man, Europe can't beat it for me. Now yes, you have of course your tourists, typical tourist stuff like those restaurants, which are a bit of a scam probably, but apart from that, it's pretty calm. Wow, beautiful. Well, I'm no expert on architecture, but you have this, which I think is newer than this. So impressed, man. I'm genuinely impressed because I've visited now some really nice cities. But wow, what an underrated city this is. I know it's more than just this district. Probably the locals are gonna come up in the comments again and say, hey, you should go here and you should go there, it's also really nice. But man, this is already so nice. A lot of Dacias of course, because it's a Romanian car. Well, really it's a Renault, but I think they're made in Romania. I'm not sure though. Cargaza Republica Cargaza. Guys, what is this? University. I like that there's a lot of construction going on. I suppose a lot of this is funded through EU, which is good that they help restore those beautiful old buildings, which is obviously culture and heritage. There's like a modern one in there. Interesting, huh? Sorry about the wind. But oh man, look at it. That's my bank. Wow, nice building too. But like, it's a bit sad that some of those buildings have all this graffiti on them. That's unfortunate, guys. But otherwise, this is a very nice district. Trolley bus. Huh. Interesting why you need a roof when you have 1,000 umbrellas. So Bucharest actually has a metro. I haven't taken it yet. I don't think if I need to, but that's something that it does better than Belgrade. Belgrade doesn't have any metro. So at least that it has one is good, but I can't say if it's like useful. But I guess so. I mean, this is a city of almost 2 million inhabitants, like 1.8 million inhabitants, population, 1.8 million, you know. You need a metro, so it's good. So here I am at Grand Hotel Bucharest. Looks communist to me. I like it, it's kind of cool. And also this. Very cool city so far, really underrated. Clashes of different styles of architecture, just beautiful. I thought I needed to show you my hotel room really quick because I think it's really cool, especially for the price. Look, it's got all of this cool old furniture, cool desk as well, it's my favorite. Old mirror and an AC, also really nice. I mean, for the price I paid for it, can't complain at all. Not much of a view, but close enough to the center. I never really pick hotels directly in the center because it's usually just a scam. It's just a waste of money. You know, how often are you in your hotel room? Usually not a whole lot. So it doesn't matter if you go outside a little bit and pay way less. That's my advice. There is the world famous Palace of the Palast des Volkes. It's in German, I don't know the English term, but this was the prestige building from Ceausescu, and he never got to see it finished. It's the second biggest administrative building in the world after the Pentagon. For some reason, guys, I'm alone here. I don't know why. But you see, Bucharest is a really big city. Here you have a real Eastern looking city. I don't know what they did here, like they tore all of this down. But here, like all the apartment blocks, same as on this side, and all of this was completely demolished and built from the ground up new. So there were like old houses and a lot of churches, and they were all tore down. Just that basically he could build his own district. Can't believe that was very popular with the people. Probably still isn't. However, on this side I think it looks pretty darn good. I don't know if all the trees were so like originally planted like this, but they make it look pretty good. And in the distance you have, of course, the big palace and the church, which I find monumental. I mean, you gotta remember, we're over 2 kilometers away from those buildings right now. Wow. Just gigantic. What I also know is that at the time, people had not a whole lot. Like the average Romanian was struggling and not doing good, and then they built such a big project. Yeah. So today we'll go to the big palace. I'm really looking forward to it. Wanted to see this building forever, and now finally gonna see it. I don't know if I can record anything in there, but yeah, we'll see. So here I am sitting in front of my lovely hotel. This is a really nice little hotel. I like that it's for once not a big chain. This is actually still a privately owned hotel. There it finally is, the Palace of the Republic of Romania. It is the second biggest administrative building after the Pentagon, and it's also the heaviest building in the world. Crazy shit, huh? Wow, and you can just walk in here, nobody will stop you. That's interesting, isn't it? But yeah, I have a tour booked over there. I'm a bit too early, but wow, look at it. Wow. While the people were suffering and were lacking infrastructure and hospitals, education and food and work, Ceausescu thought he needs that. Crazy stuff. But still very interesting nevertheless, and cool architecture. Not the greatest thing to walk here with the sprinklers, but yeah, nice park here with the fucking sprinklers. I think we're walking wrong here. I think we need to go where the people go here. I see a lot of potential for tourism here, guys. They're not really taking full advantage of that. This house could be one of the probably most impressive houses in Europe. But yeah, looks old. But hey, I haven't seen the good stuff yet.
So everything that you see around comes from Romanian cities. They used around 2.4 million.
So many damn chandeliers, look at it. Wow. Holy shit. Wow. This is like the Kremlin, man. Wow. Goes on and on.
bricks, but covered in golden leaf. All the curtains that we have in this area were handmade out of silk and embroidered with silver thread. And the same silk we have on the tapisseries on the walls here behind. Air conditioning. As it said, he was afraid he might be poisoned through that. So in order to avoid that from happening, he only made natural ventilations, named after the first meeting that took place here after the revolution. However, in the original plan, this was supposed to be the meeting point of the executive committee of the Communist Political Party.
So I'm back here because I want to get some souvenirs. What can I say? I only saw 4% of the building. What a shame. Like, they don't know what potential they throw away here. I mean, this could be one of the most impressive buildings to tour in the continent. I mean, it's such a massive thing, which, you know, it's just such an excess that people, you know, they could capitalize on that. But they're not America, you know. So I'd say, I mean, completely give them away the potential it has, like for tourists. What a shame. But the stuff I saw was pretty good. What can I say? We're now on the back side of it. What a massive building. What can I say? Insane, pure insanity. Now here, I don't know, there's some kind of demonstration. I don't know, like there are a lot of people and there's noise, so I don't know what's that. So I'm personally a fan of this sort of open style, this communist openness here, you know what I mean? This, I don't know how it's called. I think it's really distinctive, and of course the history behind it is pretty sad. They had to demolish a whole district just for this. However, looking at it, it's pretty darn impressive, and I keep saying it, this is all lost potential. Give them away potential, what they could make here if they would make this area nice and get some tourists in, man, they could make some serious cash. But yeah, I suppose the corruption is also a problem in this country, and I don't know, I think the general public doesn't really take too kind to the people that sit in here. I don't know, just a guess. But anyway, it is what it is. Nevertheless, still pretty darn impressive. Maybe they're already protesting against some governmental stuff here, I don't know. Bucharest. Some mighty impressive stuff here in Bucharest. This cathedral, man. This is, not gonna lie, one of the biggest cathedrals I've seen in my life. Check it out. Look at those sprinklers here. Those sprinklers are in the middle of the walkway. Shit! I mean, it's a nice breeze, you know, it's a hot day. Why not? Wow. I like Bucharest so far. The old town, super amazingly beautiful. But also here, the communist district, they call it. Parliament district, super impressive with this cathedral behind me. This could be one of the most well-known cathedrals of Europe, but they do nothing for it. It's in nice condition, it's not done yet, I think. Found this cool-looking little church, which is right in the front of the big one, and it's quite Quite low, really. But very beautiful with the flowers, like low-hanging flowers. What is this, man? Where am I going now? I thought I can make a take a view at the big one, but no, doesn't really look like it, huh?
La clădire nu.
This is a really nice building, not gonna lie, but the concert I went to, that was some boring stuff, honestly. So I had some good 2 days in Bucharest. Got a pretty good idea of the city. Now, of course, it's not nearly enough to see the whole city because it's quite big actually, and spread apart, and you can't really look at it everything like really quick or without planning ahead. So I only looked at the most common, most famous stuff, and I can say, wow, it's a really cool, impressive city, and I think they could make much more out of it in terms of tourism. So one thing I dislike about the city is the massive graffitis everywhere. That is something I really don't like. I know that, well, I've heard a couple of times that people say, yeah, but when there's graffiti, when you're suppressed, the walls start speaking, so to say, because you can't say your opinion out loud, but you can spray it on a wall. While I get what they mean, Ceausescu is not around anymore, so we can move on from this here. So this is the EU, in terms of freedom of speech, this is really not bad here. When I came here, I had very little idea about Romania and about the city. All I knew was the big monumental building, which I checked out. But truth be told, not a lot of people know even that. Like, I only know that because I'm a bit interested in the history of it. See, this is what I mean, like this graffiti thing. Really, I'm not a fan, let's say. No, I know it's not the only city with this problem, not at all. But yeah, maybe they can improve that situation. I want to take you to the end of it because there are some nice buildings there. And actually, I never took any of the public transport, so I can't really comment on it. I know they have those trolley buses, they have a metro, but I don't know how they are, like if they're on time or useful, I don't know. But yeah, cool old buildings in Romania, definitely. Oh, who is this idiot, man? Let's get the fuck away from this guy. He punches around with a bottle. What is that about? All right, so you have some sketchy people here too. Oh, he's drunk, I guess. Well, but I'm gonna say that is the first sketchy dude I encountered the entire time I was here. Literally, that was the first weird dude. If I compare that to LA, oh man. Oh yeah, and also they like to honk a lot. I also got the idea or the theory that people from Romania like the period of the monarchy way more than what came after it, communism. Just because back then, in communist times, The country was in decline, people didn't have much, they were suffering. So I'm not sure how big the kingdom of Romania was, but I got a feeling that they like this period and they want to remember that and not the communist times which it had. Here we have a clash in architecture again. You have here an old beautiful house from what I think is the time when Romania was a monarchy still, and then you have here those communist era houses. Like that one too, brutalist. It's a cool monument here. And yeah, you have that throughout the whole city. You walk around and then you have randomly a beautiful old house from the, well, times of when it was a monarchy, and you have communist houses and modern houses, and it's really interesting. It really is. The communist regime was ended in 1989, if I'm not wrong, with the death of Ceausescu. He was basically found guilty and executed really fast, and that brought an end to this brutal regime, and everything changed for the better, I think. And I don't know when Romania joined the EU. I think it was 2007. I think that was definitely a big step for them. Well, for the country. Ever since they joined the EU, I think stuff must have improved. Definitely the infrastructure. The EU money must have been spent somewhere. I mean, I can definitely imagine that some of the EU money must definitely have went to the right direction, like here infrastructure and other things. But of course there's always the discussion whether, you know, it gets used like intended or it ends up in some, you know, random guy's pocket of corruption. I don't know, I can't speak about this. I'm again not familiar with the history and I don't live in the country, and so I am not the right guy to ask that. Paris actually banned those e-scooters for good. And well, I think it's a good thing. I think it's correct to do that. They're just annoying as hell. So, what can I say? The past days, the people of Romania have all been very friendly towards me. Haven't met a single weird or unfriendly guy. So, I felt really nice here actually. So, what can I say? Go here, check it out yourself. Check out the cool architecture, the good food, and yeah, it's not that pricey for, well, for us anyway, you know. But it is a nice place, and I hope it can improve and prosper in the future. Now about the people, actually Romania has a declining population. It has similar problems like Bulgaria really, that the people are just getting less and less kids because life is expensive and stuff, and the good well-educated people, they all leave the country for the West, like for Germany and other Western countries where they get paid better, which, you know, it makes sense, you know. You can't really judge them for that. They only want to improve their stuff in their lives. But yeah, so they suffer to a certain extent from brain drain, of course, and that's a sad thing, and I hope that's something that the politicians might be able to swing around. But overall, I will definitely come back. Maybe check out Timișoara, a bit more of the countryside. But yeah, that is it. Over and out from Bucharest. A really cool city. Absolutely underrated.